Oh, yeah. You know what day it is. You know what time it is. Happy Chainsaw Day. It's the last time I can say that until the next season because, well, with the anime anyways, because we still have Chainsaw Man Day. The manga's still here. But the anime, this is the last episode of the anime. It's unfortunate that it got to end so soon. I thought this was 24 episodes. But here I am, sad. But still happy that this adaptation did everything it needed to do. And I enjoyed it. Though I do have some opinions. So we're going to break some stuff down. These are my final impressions of Chainsaw Man episode 12. We'll talk about that. And of course, as always, we will also read Chainsaw Man Live, which, you know, I just forgot something. I forgot my goddamn computer to set that up. So I'm gonna have to walk away out of the stream real quick and go get that. But regardless, Max, welcome in. Her the ham was requested is not requested like that. Look, we have ham. Don't worry. It's nice and good, you know what I'm saying? Because we eat ham on the holidays. But welcome in, Max. Also, Avatar, welcome in. I don't know how I'm not prepared like that, but I just turned it on because it was 5 o'clock and I said it's time to go. But I forgot to get my freaking computer, but that's besides the point. We will get into that when we get there. But as always, you should feel. Hey, look. It is what it is. It is what it is. We slip up sometimes, but we get ourselves back up, just like how Aki did. You know why? Because Aki is that guy. So let's actually talk about this week's episode, this last episode of Chainsaw Man, and give my final impressions of the entirety of the series as well. So this should be a bit of more of a lengthy discussion when it comes to this last episode. So the thing is, I gotta say something already. When it comes to the Ghost Devil, the sucker can't see, right? So the only thing it can actually like sense is like the fear. So it knows where you're at when you're actually scared of it. That is one of the weakest, like one of the biggest weaknesses I've seen of a devil. Like that is not good. Like this devil should be much stronger than if that's the case with all these like stipulations and stuff like that. You know, like Himeno gave all of herself and still died like it was nothing from the snake. Like the snake is just that much better than the goddamn ghost. Like it's crazy. It's actually crazy. But with that weakness, Aki was able to just not be afraid and cut the head off of the Ghost Devil. But before that happened, obviously, the Ghost Devil did have a memento, something that was from Himeno, and that was the cigarette. The cigarette that, when he was of age, he can go ahead and smoke whenever he has something to, you know, take the edge off. You know, he has something to take that edge off of him. And so the Ghost Devil decided to give that to Aki. And that was like a nice little touchy moment right there. And it got to him. It got to him. And you see at the end of this episode, he decided to actually smoke that cigarette because he did ultimately get his revenge. An easy revenge at that because of what Denji did, which is hilarious. Which is goddamn hilarious. But Sawatari ended up getting captured. And I gotta say this too. Freaking Kobeni, where the heck she come from? Like she came in here with the swiftness. Like she is solid snake. She is solid snake with the moves. Like, how the heck she get up in there? You didn't even see her. You didn't hear her. She was just there all of a sudden with a knife right at Saratari's neck. I was like, God dang. She cold with it. And her reason for staying in the goddamn division is because they're about to get bonuses. So she says, you want that money, bro. She got me dying. I was like, come on, Kobeni. But I understand. Hey, those bonuses be nice. Not to mention everybody dead, so it's like, that's more money to you. You know what I'm saying? God. I'm a vegetarian. Oh, you capping, bro. Looking while I'm doing my workout. Hey, do your thing. I need to work on myself, be honest with you. I have not worked out yet. Maybe after this stream. But like it kind of makes sense. People probably wouldn't be afraid of ghosts and well, you know what? You make a good point there, actually. I didn't think about it like that because I'm thinking about like in our own world, there's a lot of ghosts and like people are terrified from them. There's some really interesting ghosts out there, like they're not nothing to play with necessarily, but at the same time, in a world of devils where you see a lot of crazy things regardless, like a ghost wouldn't really, I guess, seem that scary, all things considered, because there's actual real world things in your face right now that can kill you. So you know what? You have a point there. So maybe that's why, honestly, that Ghost Devil was like super weak. But then the question becomes, why did Himeno decide to have a contract that great for the Ghost Devil? Like, what was she thinking? Because I'm pretty sure you get to actually negotiate a bit about the contract here. You don't just decide, hey, This is the contract, just sign it. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean? There's negotiations that go back and forth on this. I like to think so. So it's like, it's weird that Himeno decided to do what she did. And also, welcome in, Quetz. Welcome in. Sir, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? But yes, so outside of that whole thing with Aki, and he ended up actually catching Sawatari, Denji had another fight with the Katana Man, and that was pretty cool. But I have a problem a little bit here because it was very interesting. I mean, I've seen it already throughout the entire show where it's all CG, right? This entire fight was all CG. And there are moments where it looked really good, but then like when there's like a bunch of crowds of people that was around, when they like exit out of the subway station, for instance, right? Or the train station, that didn't look too hot. That didn't look too hot. That looked like some freaking Iron Man Armored Adventures type of animation all of a sudden. That kind of threw me off a little bit. So, I mean, they're not people that really matter because they're only there for a couple of seconds. So I get maybe not putting that much time or effort into them, but it did throw me off. And that's kind of what the problem is. Like, with a full CG scene like that, you got to make sure everything looking crisp and clean because otherwise it's going to take you out of it. And there was a few moments in there that kind of took me out of it, unfortunately. It still looked good. Don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, it's still good animation. But I already see in the comment sections of other people's live videos, right, they're going to have some problems with this because this is all CG. And people don't like CG when it's noticeable. And this is noticeable CG. But it's still good CG because like the movements, the fluidity of it with the actions, when it comes to the Katana Man kicking Denji out into next week, that looked nice. You know what I mean? From the slashes, from that little quick step that they have, you know, speed blitzing Denji, cutting his limbs off. You know what I mean? All looked really nice. But like I said, there's still those moments where it's like, I don't know. I'm going to be iffy about it. Well, like she wasn't thinking she just wanted to protect Aki. Maybe, but she could have contracted with a better devil if that's the case when it comes to Himeno. Because like she should have just contracted with a better devil. If you want to protect anybody, you want to make sure you have the best devil you can find. Don't just contract with anybody and give all yourself to them. Like that makes no sense. That's how a lot of people feel about the whole show. Yeah, that's the problem here because people don't like the CG in general. Granted, like I said, there are some really good moments in the CG of Chainsaw Man. Don't get me wrong, but there are missteps, and this is why I'm saying this is my full analysis when it comes to the series here. There are some missteps with the CG. Granted, like I talked about this before with that episode, but going back a couple episodes, right? Himeno, when she was with Denji, when she was on top of him and stuff, that whole scene looked kind of jarring to me because the CG wasn't up to snuff. Like again, the problem with CG is that it's too perfect a lot of the times, and also it doesn't do well when it comes to like folds or like ripples and stuff like that. Like when it comes to human skin and seeing like the actual like bend of the arm and you see that little line and all that stuff to make it look realistic, there's some reason the CG just can't do that. It doesn't copy that well unless you put a lot of time and effort into it, which I think in the Blu-ray it should look a bit better, but we're not looking at the Blu-rays. We're looking at the TV of you know what's being released right now, and we have to criticize it for what we have right here. And like I said, it just doesn't look as polished as it needs to be. And there's a lot of those moments within the show. Like even the first episode, I had my gripes when I saw it, when Denji transformed into Chainsaw Man and was like doing his thing. It just like, it looked really, really weird. Again, there's a bunch of different people. There was a bunch of other like individuals that was there. So when you have like a group scene, typically it doesn't look that well for some reason. Like the CG really starts to be very noticeable when you have a bunch of people there. But when it's more of an individual type of thing, like when Katana Man was just fighting Denji and just alone, that stuff looked really nice. You know, like the stuff looks really freaking nice. And there's other instances within the show that have done that, where it's like when you have the individual battle, it looks better versus when you have more scenes, more things are surrounding the scene to kind of, I guess, take you out of it. So ultimately, when it comes to the CG of the show, it's not the best of what we've seen, because we've seen stuff better than this. But Mappa did do a decent enough job to make this have the emotions, the feeling, the impact that you're looking for. I feel that's what it is. So I don't hate the animation. My thing is here. You know what I'm saying? There is stuff that can just be in the middle. Things don't have to just be great or just be whack, because that's what it is right now a lot of the times. Either you really love it or you really hate it. And I'm kind of like on the fence, on like in the middle here. That's my thing. That's my take on it. It really doesn't bother me that much. And yeah, that's fair. That's a fair thing to say, because like again, at the end of the day, CG's actually not bad. It's not like it's like legitimately terrible. Like you're just like, oh my God, why is this even here? No, it's still good stuff. It's just not in the level as of things that we have seen from like Demon Slayer. Demon Slayer has CG in it, but you can't tell. Like you actually can't tell. I don't know how Unfollowable does it, but they're the best when it comes to blending CG and 2D animation together. That it's seamless. So they always expect that type of level of animation, and it's just like sometimes it's not always the case. And like I said, they might fix this in the Blu-ray, so it's not even that big of a deal. But there's something I do want to actually touch on when it comes to the entirety of the show and even this last episode, because there was a lot of CG usage in this. But I digress. This was still a very solid episode. Of course, Katana Man was captured. Denji then ended up deciding, you know what? We need to get some revenge. Hey, Aki, I see you're here. You wanna join in on the contest of the nut cracking contest? Like these suckers, he brought it back. He brought it back. And you know what? He looked at it. He saw that cigarette. Said, "Easy revenge." I mean, this is the easiest revenge you got. This man's is literally tied up. Nothing he can do. Man's getting kicked in the nuts. Stop him in the nuts. Like he's just gone, bro. And they're apparently doing a contest. You know, whoever get the biggest scream out of him can get his nuts. Apparently, like you know, like this is nuts. Terrible. Let me stop. But yeah, that man, he ain't gonna have no kids. If he ever thinks about having kids, he's gonna remember the scene, this moment right here, where they got stomped on. Those things are gonna be flat, like pancakes at the end of the day. Cause god dang. But they got captured, they got arrested, they threw him away in jail. There was a nice little there's a couple of scenes at the end when it comes to like Makima, for instance, right? We got enough of the Gun Devil parts that is actually moving towards the Gun Devil. So with next season, we should be seeing the Gun Devil here appear soon, or sooner than later. And also, literally right towards the end, we have the introduction, technically speaking, of the next season, or of the next arc that we're going to be diving into, because there's a particular line that was said here. And that line is actually more important than you think it is from this particular character that said this. Now, I'm a manga reader. I know who that is. But for anime only, look forward to it. It's about to be really fun. It's about to be really fun. It's about to be an emotional ride even. But pay attention to that line that was said at the end of the episode, because that is actually of some importance when it comes to more characterization on even other characters, if you think about it. So overall, they set this up. It looks like we should have another season here, hopefully soon, so we can get some more Chainsaw Man Tuesdays with the anime and the manga. I look forward to it. But for this episode, I'm going to give this a solid 8 out of 10. I enjoyed it, and it ended off how it needed to end off. But I give it 8 out of 10. So when it comes to the series, though, overall, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it did everything it needed to do. It did an amazing job when it comes to map and how they decided to actually animate, how they were able to capture these scenes, capture the emotions of what Fujimoto was looking for. And I think they did an amazing job in doing so. The only real gripe when it comes to what Mappa has done is, like, again, it's like the CG. Though it's not the best, it's not bad either, but it's something that I can at least take a point off of, because I know others might actually not have like the same feeling towards the animation that I do. So I will put that there. I don't really think there's really too many other missteps within the show necessarily, though there was slight changes that kind of made things seem a little different. Like, for instance, there was a slight change with the text for the Future Devil and what the Future Devil said when it comes to like Aki's death. There's actually a video I watched on this, and that makes they made a good point about how it's the context that matters on how you say certain things. You know, and I feel like the Future Devil, when it comes to like the actual translation, they didn't translate it correctly, is a thing. And I think this might happen a few other times when it comes to the show in general. But overall, I think this is a solid 9 out of 10. Solid series. I enjoyed it. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Oh, man, that's impossible for anime fans. It's got to be one or the other. Yeah, exactly, Avatar. It has to be one or the other. There is no middle. They'll say mid, but then when they say mid, they mean trash. It's like, bro, that's not the same thing. Like, stop it. I think at the end, Denji gonna reunite all the horsemen with them. It's gonna be the end of their fight between Chainsaw Devil and the Horsemen. Interesting. Hey, welcome in, Jackals. Welcome in. I mean, I don't know about no reuniting, because that'd be kind of weird given like the context of how the Four Horsemen like is actually formed and what they do is my thing. So I don't know. Next season is going to be the bomb. Ah, I get that. It is though. It is though. Finish my my workout, driving home. I plan on starting Chainsaw Man. Bro, do it. Do it. It's freaking fun. The show's good. Fujimoto is, when it comes to his writing skills, it's not to be underestimated. There's a lot more subtleties, a lot more complexities with this series than you might first appear when you first watch it. There's a lot more complexities if you pay attention to some of the subtleties that they decide to do with the show, because there's a lot that goes on with the cast of the characters and just how deep the show actually gets. So you should definitely read it and or watch it. Wonder who's being Naruto at the moment. It's been a long time since they're blocked. I mean, she might be able to take care of herself. Who knows? Who knows? You know, she might have some abilities. You're talking about manga stuff right now. Actually, the funny thing, if you haven't gotten to the manga portion of this yet, we're still in the anime portion. They don't know what mid means. I know, right? You said high mid. It's high mid. I don't know how. What? All right. The man knows how to write characters. He knows that. Yes, he knows exactly how to write characters all day, every day. Like that man, it's impressive. Even it's super impressive, and I appreciate the type of writing this man can do. But like I said, this is my overall analysis when it comes to the anime. At the end of the day, like I said, like this is my rating. I give it 9 out of 10. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing more. With that said, we're gonna obviously get into the manga. So chapter 115 we'll be reading live here and seeing my reactions to said chapter. Yeah. So before I go and do that, I gotta BRB real fast so I can get my computer so I can get this thing set up, because that's one thing I forgot to do. Before typically I get this thing done before streaming, but we kind of slip up from time to time. All right. You watch Toski's previous manga work, Fire Punch? I have not. I think I was gonna start it. I've read Goodbye Eerie. That's one I did read. It's more weird than Chainsaw Man, but it's really interesting. I know I heard about that. Did I actually read it? I don't remember reading it. I don't remember reading Fire Punch, but I know I read Goodbye Eerie. That's his other work that he did, which is also getting the anime. Goodbye Eerie is getting the anime, and I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna be some good stuff. I look forward to that. But like I said, let me go ahead and get my computer real quick, and then we're gonna get this other section going. So BRB, yeah. See, just like that, we're back. See, look, you didn't even see that. You didn't even see it coming. I'm fast with it. All right, I'm fast with it. Fire Punch is pretty interesting from what I read. Yeah, that is one series I do need to actually get into. Again, I like his work, so it's like it would be weird for me to not get more into his stuff here. You know what I mean? Like he knows how to write, and I like a lot of his works already. So it's like, why? What am I doing? What am I waiting for? It's like it's time for me to go ahead and just do this. All right, as I set this up, let me ask you guys. Again, what would you rate this last episode? What would you rate the series as a whole? Like, how do you guys really feel about the actual series? Do you think we need to go with a different animation team? Because MAPPA, apparently people have a petition going on right now for MAPPA to not do Chainsaw Man. There's a whole petition going on. I didn't click into the link to know how many signatures there are on that, but there's a whole petition that's saying, hey, these guys did not do good. Get them out. So there's that petition, and also there's a little bit of other news for Chainsaw Man that I ran into. There's people that just don't like Denji, which is interesting. People actually really don't like the main character of Chainsaw Man. It's funny to me when I saw that, because honestly, I didn't like Denji starting off with the series either. I didn't like his character like that. I just thought he was a horny dude, and it's like, bro, like, stop this. Like, this character is just like annoying. How is he so super relatable like everybody keeps saying he is? You know what I mean? Like, I was like, what's going on here? Really threw me off when I was seeing like his character and how he's just like progressing. I'm like, this guy's he's too basic. You know what I mean? But lo and behold, he's acting as basic as I thought he was. You know what I mean? So yeah, but there's mumblings going on right now. People saying they don't like his character at all. So it's interesting. Japanese fans crazy. Hey, look, they something, bro. They something. And it's Western fans too, bro. It's Western fans too. Apparently, Japanese fans are very disappointed. Wait, disappointed in like, because I know they're disappointed in like Himino. They didn't like the Himino character for some reason. That was one of the things. But like, is this also just like for the whole show too? Like, or were they also disappointed in it? Yeah, his one shot are great though. What about Look Back? I haven't seen that. See, as I'm saying, I still need to catch up on all that stuff. I need to still find, hey, Avatar, I need to find that special chapter you were talking about. I believe it was you that was telling me this about Kobini's brother. I don't know where that's at. Like, I'm pretty sure it's probably like at the end of one of the chapters, but I didn't see it. So, like, I need to go check that out. Because, yeah, more than likely, this might be, like, Kobini's younger brother or something like that, right? That I didn't realize that was going on here. Not so much. I should have paid more attention because Kobini actually has, like, moles on her face. Whereas this person here, though they look like Kobini, they don't got the moles on their face. So it's not Kobini. But I didn't know who that was. I was confused. Okay. Took me a little bit to get invested in Denji as well. The also started out a little better. Facts, Avatar. That's what I thought, too. I felt that Asa, that's why I like Asa. Asa's actually my favorite character in the show. So a little bit about me when it comes to Chainsaw Man. I didn't really have any characters of Chainsaw Man, from Aki to Power to Makima. None of them really had me gravitate towards them. It was actually the writing itself that kind of got me to keep reading this series, more so than me grabbing onto the characters. That's what's so weird about this. I haven't had this type of like connection to just the place itself, more so than like the characters. Usually the characters got to be the thing that allows me to keep reading, but none of them really were I was attracted to like that or attached to. Like, I really don't like Power like that. Power is just like the way her character is very annoying for me. Now, of course, there's still wholesome moments or moments with her that I do like, right? I don't hate her like that, but it's just like I don't really like her as a character because she's a dirty girl. She is a liar, and just like, you'll see what I'm talking about. There's so many other moments that just like I just get annoyed with her is the thing. Kobini, I was honestly, I didn't like Kobini initially either. So it's like there's a lot of characters I just didn't like initially going into this. So I honestly, people that have problems with the characters, I can't say nothing because I felt the same way, at least for the first season. You know what I mean? Or when I first started reading this, it just took me a minute. Maybe it's because I read so much of it that I got used to their characters potentially. So maybe that's what it was. Himino was the character I did like, but then, you know, obviously she's dead. So like dang, the only character I did like died. So I was like, come on now. I felt that. I did like her character though, but it takes a minute. I feel like this show in general does take a minute for you to get adjusted to the characters like that. And once you do, you'll have a greater time with it. But Asa, I feel like had a way better start. And that's why I liked Asa from the get-go, basically. I really liked her character. And I'm like, okay, we're enjoying this. So these chapters that we're getting right now, this characterization moments, I'm loving it. As painful as it is to read, I'm loving this because it's a lot of characterization that we do need to have, not just with Asa, but with Denji and the rest of these members here that we're seeing right now, right? We need this characterization. We need development within the story. So these chapters are very important to have. And I know that I think this chapter this week here is more exposition. And I look forward to it. How they hating on Himino? They just mad she stole her. I mean, possibly. They said, man, this ain't right. Get him out. What is this? Kobini is the best. I don't know. Look, Kobini had me upset when she stabbed Aki. And I was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you out here freaking out. You need to calm down. Like, that whole thing made me not like her. And then she just never really kind of got out of that mode of just constantly panicking. But there was a turnaround. Later on in the manga, there's a specific chapter. I think it was chapter 85, actually, not 87. It's 85, I think. 84 or 85. It's a Kobini-centric chapter. That crab had me dying. That's my favorite chapter in the entirety of Chainsaw Man. That chapter had me dying the whole time. And I say, you know what? I like Kobini now. That crab, man, I look forward to that being animated. I need that to see. I need that animated. I gotta see it. I like Chainsaw Man characters because they feel like real people. You're not going to love every aspect of them. Facts. And that's what I think it is that ultimately I kind of got adjusted to their characters. But yes, that's also true too. You're not going to like an individual all the way through. There's going to be kinks about everybody, right? That you're going to have reserves on. And, you know, it is what it is. So it's very realistic in that sense. And that just showcases how well the writing is for the characters. Like I said, and again, there's more and there's deeper meanings behind the stuff that how they are in general. So I can't help but appreciate what this man is capable of doing when it comes to its skillful writing in this series. All right, let me see if I can actually get this up here. Bada boom. Because obviously, when I start reading this chapter, we will have a stream up in the watch party on the Discord, so you can see exactly what I'm seeing, and you can follow along that way. I do showcase the panels on stream from time to time, so you still get to see where I'm at. But if you want to be in the Discord, you can definitely be over there and just see what I'm seeing. So obviously, we're going to do that right now. We're going to go into the Discord. We're going to go live here over there and live here, and we're going to get this thing, we're going to start reading. We're going to start going. We're going to start going. 85 and 86. Yeah, there it is. The Dance Dance Revolution chapter. Yes. I don't want to say too much for anyone that hasn't actually read the manga like that, but that chapter right there changed the game for me when it comes to Chainsaw Man. Like that right there, I was like, this chapter's too good. You got that. So it's like a what? Okay, see, there's a thing going on when it comes to Kobeni, because people are like, what is our devil? I can't even say it on stream, so I don't want to this is YouTube, so I don't want to say the wrong thing and then get banned all of a sudden. But you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure you've probably seen the memes about that, then, if that's the case. Since you're saying that, Alan. Hello, Awesome Tickle. I think she's the best character from part 2, and that's just the beginning. Facts, Jackal. I feel like that's the same thing for me. Like, I think she's the best character of part 2. Maybe even part 1. Shoot, it might be all Chainsaw Man. She has a lot going on for her. She's very complex. There's a lot more to her character. That's what I'm saying. I like it. She's been goated since the beginning, my guy. All right. Nope. Can you not do that? There we go. All right. With that said, let's go into the watch party. I am now in there, and we are going to share my screen. Go to this. I need to actually name this next time. But we are live now. We are live. Let's go and make this full screen. I said full screen, please. Okay, there we go. Bada boom. Now we're going to go ahead and do a live reaction here. All right. Hope y'all ready. Bro, you got to go early? Bro, I'm about to start reading right now. But no, it's all good, man. Obviously, this will be a video later on, so you can always check the VOD or the video later, and I'll have timestamps for said chapter reads. For all the sections of things that I talked about here today, there'll be timestamps for it, so you know which parts you want to see. So if you want to see just my discussion for the anime, there'll be a timestamp for that. If you want to see the discussion portion of just anime news, you can obviously see that. Or if you want to see the reaction reading, there's going to be a timestamp for that as well. So don't worry, I got you. That Fujimoto was able to make us care about her in one chapter as a testament to his writing. That's true too. I mean, Bucky helped it out greatly though. Bucky is the GOAT. Guys. I just want you to know, Bucky is the GOAT. Don't forget, Bucky great. I miss Bucky already. Every day, I miss Bucky. But let's go ahead and get into this live reaction. Chainsaw Man Chapter 115, High Schoolers These Days. That's the title. What you mean by that? What's about to happen here? All right. She's just laying on the ground at this point. Once you go in, you'll never get out. This is the aquarium from hell. And clock hands don't move. The hallway goes on endlessly. You can't flush the toilets in the... Wait, what? You can't flush the toilets? Oh, no. Is somebody out here blowing them up? Dang, you probably blowing them up, actually. Blowing them up, and you can't even flush them. Like, oh, God. Oh, the buildup. Like, how long have they been in here? Because you have to use the bathroom at some point, right? Oh, no. The fish started rotting in their tanks here. Oh, they started rotting. See, you should have got them together. Should have cooked them and preserved them, you know what I'm saying? Put some salt on that thing and let them, sit there for at least a couple of days. It'd been better than to waste that food. That's all I'm saying. That's food right there that you could have ate. Wasteful. Rest in peace, champion. Oh, no. Exactly. All right. We have escaped by now if you just hadn't broke that cell phone. Look, she's clumsy, all right? You're Chainsaw Man. Why don't you do something? Facts. I'm Chainsaw Man. What are you talking about? The starter on your chest. Oh, that. It's a tattoo, right? Or you just place it on your chest to make it seem like you're Chainsaw Man, but you're not Chainsaw Man. You're not Machete Man. You're not Power Saw Man. You're nothing. You're trash, my guy. You're trash. Let's go. Let's see. I freaking knew it. It's a surgical implant. Get this man out of here. Get this phony out of here. Trash, bro. I knew it. It's one of the reasons they say I'm the man who comes closest to Chainsaw Man. Because you put that in the... Why? What's your reasoning? What's your reasoning? President of the Chainsaw Man Society High School Chapter. Runner-up in the Chainsaw Man quiz show contest. Owner of every piece of Chainsaw Man merchandise. Owner of every piece of Chainsaw Man. Bro, how much money you got? Is your room nothing but Chainsaw Man? Man, look, he has all the merch. Hey, can you help me out by getting some merch? Like, I need to know what the hookup is, because apparently you know the hookup. I'm just saying. What? I can't blame you for thinking I was him. Insane. So you aren't Chainsaw Man? If I were Chainsaw Man, we could have broken out of this hellhole in no time. That's what he's doing. This guy's cracking up. This guy's cracking up. We thought he was Chainsaw. Well, Asa Mitaka thought he was Chainsaw Man all along because the star on his chest. But that was Cap. That was Cap, my guy. This guy is just a big fan. He's such a big fan. He's one of those dudes that will get a tattoo of like said anime, like that whole character, like a whole sleeve of all the characters on his body. That's how big of a fan this man is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've seen that, right? From like certain anime fans where it's just like these tattoos are just everywhere. He has like a whole back tattoo of like Dragon Ball Super because he just loved that show so much. Insane. Okay, that's what's going on here. Save me, Chainsaw Man! I'm here! SOS! SOS! A Chainsaw Man! He's dying. This man, look, he's freaking out. This man's freaking out now. This man's freaking out right now. He's like, oh my God. He is the Kobini of the group. He's crying, guy. He's just a fanboy, 100%. Too easy. That's your cue, Chainsaw Man. Is there something you can do? I was able to kill the devil last time because it came at us. This one's nowhere to be found. My hands are tied. Can't you do something? Oh, this man got a cellular phone as well. Also, this is something I need to actually talk about, but I'll talk about at the end of this chapter because I realized something when it comes to the timeline of Chainsaw Man that I didn't realize. You had one too? This man got a phone though. He's ready to go. Unfortunately, a signal alone isn't enough to get a call out. It feels like it's been over 3 days. If help hasn't arrived by now, I guess in time inside the aquarium has stopped. I mean, the clocks are not moving, so yes. The others all seem to have given up. To be honest, even I've made peace with death this time. It's like, why am I giving up? Wait. There's gotta be a way to get out of this situation. I mean, granted, what Dinky said is actually correct. And Dinky's being smarter here in this particular situation, which is odd. Also, Tech, welcome in, sir. Welcome in. But no, like, yes, when the Attorney Devil first appeared, he wanted to be seen and was like, let me go fight freaking Dinky then. Let me fight Chainsaw Man. Like, that was kind of what's happening there, right? He was there. I guess he wised up and just said, you know what? Let me just not reveal myself. So my question when it comes to this new Eternity Devil, is there a weakness to him? There has to be something, right? Because you can't just be locked in a place forever, right? Like, that would be unfair. There has to be a limit to something, right? Because there's got to be a limit to where he has to at least appear at some point, correct? Because how else are you supposed to fight this guy? You know, because otherwise, you think about it, this is the most hacks ability in the show. As long as he never appears, you can't defeat him. Like that's, you know, like, how unfair is that? Okay. One of my family is hanging around with him, even if he's fake. That's true. I mean, there could be a reason. Maybe this is like bait in some ways, you know what I mean? Who knows? Who really knows? Another cell phone, please don't give it to us. I know, right? 100% using him as a bait to reunite the other horsemen, maybe. I was saying, it might be bait, like I said. Like, I don't know. It could be. I mean, that's straight up cheating. It's like, if he never reveals himself, how the heck are you supposed to defeat this guy? Like, that's busted as heck. There's got to be something. That has to be. This man, by the way, he's this guy right here kind of, you know, out here licking the glass. I don't know why they licking the glass. I mean, when you are losing your goddamn mind, I guess it doesn't matter at that point. Do you think Chainsaw Man would eat it for us? The death of the devil? Excuse me? Why? What? The others are still starting to lose it. You holding up okay? What? No, don't just skip over that. Wait, what? Whoa, what? Hold up. What's going on there? What's going on there? Why you say that all of a sudden? That is interesting. Yeah, Yoshida is sus as heck. Why did he just skip over that? Like, we gonna really ignore this man, what he just said? That's like what I'm trying to process it. The funny thing is, I was watching a lot of videos to try to keep myself up to date on what's going on, because I want to make sure I'm up to date and knowing what's happening. I don't want to be blindsided by like Kobini's brother, for instance, right? So I wanted to update myself on this. So I've got a lot of information when it comes to the Death Devil at this point now. So this is why this really threw me for a loop when he said that. So what's going on there? Who is Yoshida exactly? You know what I mean? Like, what is up with this dude? What is up with this dude? Hey, yo, what made him go with that? I don't know, man. I don't know. The major sus. The fact that he knows about the ability is very sus. Yeah, exactly, right? How does he know about that? I am super interested in this character at this point now. Now he's got my attention. He had my attention before, but now I'm paying attention to him heavily at this point. And he does bring up a good point, though. And there's this theory, actually. Some people are actually assuming Denji could potentially be the Death Devil itself, or like the Forgotten Devil. That's like the theories that I've been seeing. The reason why he could potentially be the Death Devil, because he's able to actually erase other devils, like, from existence. So that's the only way you can actually truly get rid of a devil, is by Denji's ability. So based off of that, you make yourself wonder, could that be the case here? But I don't know. These theories are all very interesting, but like I said, I'll get more into that once we get to the discussionary portion of this, because like I got some stuff I need to say. I'm curious now. The others are all starting to lose it. You holding up okay? I'm hungry, so eat some fish. I can't eat fish. Oh, yeah? I mean, why can't you eat fish? She's just sitting here moping right now. Just moping, crying. That's interesting. Yeah, it is. Like I said, there's a lot to that theory that I will be discussing here. You know, said I was crazy when I didn't trust him. No, you know what? You're right. I should have never trusted the guy. Look, I don't know. I didn't think too much about the guy initially. After saying that, that's red flags. I'm paying attention to him, right? Remember, he comes from the private section. Yoshida probably be part of some organization who has way too much information. Yeah, which is true. But that's interesting to know about that specific devil, though. Still, even with that private sector there, you know what I mean? That's still a very interesting red flag to have right there of this character. That just means he's a very important piece potentially here of what he can do and who he is. I'm sorry for asking you on a date. It's my fault you got mixed up in all this. You won't understand this, but I was trying to turn you into a weapon. Oh! We are just revealing ourselves now. You're gonna tell Denji about your ability and who you are then? Ain't no freaking way. Hold up. But even cornered and starving like this, I just can't do it. Not because I don't have the guts, or because it goes against my principles. The real reason I can't is, what's the reason? Because I have no idea what's right or wrong. My life is just one long string of attempts to avoid making mistakes. Dang. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of hurt a little bit, like on the inside. Like, I feel like that's relatable. That's actually kind of relatable, because I kind of feel that at times. You know, you try to do your best to just not mess up. You know what I mean? But we also got to remember that failure is a part of life. That's what allows us to be better. That's what makes us stronger. Taking L's are lessons. You know, I know it's a little joke, but they're lessons for us to get better. Therefore, we stop taking L's. We get better here. We avoid mistakes because we already learned from them. That's the whole thing, Awesome Mitaka. You got to learn from your mistakes. And that is something that she has to take, and everybody else in the world got to remember. It's okay to fail. It's how you get yourself back up is what matters. That's my emotional speech for today, all right? Dude, the way he killed those brothers in the alley never sat well with me. True. Dude's been a red flag for me ever since. Yeah, I feel you on that. Take those L's and trade them in for the wins. Exactly. See, you understand, Tech. You understand. That's why I'm a total bore. Dang, she is so down there. Are you okay? She's depressed. She's depressed. What are you muttering yourself about? Why are they in a freaking fish tank? Well, actually, I thought she was just sitting on the ground. No, she's in the fish tank and just sitting there. Like, what are we doing here? You can't eat fish, right? Ta-da! Ever tried starfish? And Nikki out here actually trying to comfort her. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Dingy, actually being a good guy. Who is this? Like I said, the development for this man. The development for this man. I'm curious what's about to happen. Does it end like that? Oh, it ends like that. That's it. Man. Dang. Okay, so this chapter is very on the short end when it comes to all the information we need to have here. But again, Yoshida is a red flag now. So we got that at least here. So let me go ahead and end my stream over here in the Discord. Not here, but in the Discord. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream since we're pretty much done here for the chapter. But I have to say, like I said, this week's chapter was more chill. This is just more or less of just seeing the aftermath, or the impact, I should say, of what the Eternity Devil has done to them. You know what I mean? It's like a psychological thing. So they're all kind of starting to break down. And Asami Taka is now just straight up depressed and apologizing to even Denji, even though she does not like Denji at all. Like, at all. After all that argument and saying he wants you to die and all that crap, you know what I'm saying? So now she's getting to that point where she's just, being apologetic. And Denji, it looks like, is actually going to step up and try to get her out of this situation, out of this moping phase. You know what I mean? Because Denji, this stuff don't bother him like that. If you remember the last time he fought the Eternity Devil, before all that stuff was going on, everybody was like freaking out. This man was taking a nap. This sucker said, hey, it's time for me to get some sleep. Let's go. He was happy about this. So when it comes to Denji, he's a different breed. He's a different breed. Yeah. Y'all said Denji ship has set sail? Bro, it has. I think she's going to actually start liking this guy. Right? Within the next chapter, she's going to start liking him. Now, the question is, though, if Yoshida can find a way to get out of the situation and allows Denji to actually go into Chainsaw Man, will Asa see that? And then what will she do after the fact once she finds out this is actually Chainsaw Man for real? Because, Denji did reveal himself to her, obviously, but she didn't believe him. But when that happens, what will she do then? That's the big question here, because also she has no influence over when it comes to Yoru here. But at the same time, again, Fami's here, and Fami's the one that kind of orchestrated this entire thing, and Fami wants her to actually change Denji into a weapon. So what are the stipulations, how this is all going to work out at the end of the day? What is Fami's role ultimately going to be here when it comes to when they actually finally get out of this situation? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of ins and outs when it comes to the situation right now, and what are certain characters are going to do in said situation. That's why I love her. She tries so hard to do things in a good way. If it doesn't work, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I liked her, or gravitated towards her too, because I can feel that. I relate to even that in a sense, right? Like, I try my best to not mess up, like with even my streams or just within life, There's situations where it's like you think about it, like I'm pretty sure I can navigate myself out of this, or not put myself in a situation where I am taking an L. You know what I mean? But sometimes it's unavoidable. It's literally unavoidable. You will take an L at some point, regardless of what you do. So you just gotta take that stuff in stride and move forward, And I'm just hoping that Asami Talking can see that after what Denji will tell her, hopefully. Because Denji knows failure. That's the thing. If you want to get a good life lesson, Denji is that guy. Denji knows failure left and right, because all he does is fail a lot of the times. Like, even the beginning of the series, remember, this dude out here was taking L's, getting bodied all day, every day. It only took him later on in the show to start actually getting better when it comes to his skills and fighting people. You know what I mean? So he knows something about L's, and he can definitely teach her a lesson. Anna, welcome in. How are you? So the way he mentioned the starfish makes me think that he actually listens to all that stuff she was saying about, yeah, true. Oh, man, ain't no way. So if he actually remembered everything that she said, that's surprising. That'll actually be surprising if that's the case. Again, how is Denji smarter here? Because again, he seems different. this whole second half, Denji's character seems more mellow. You know what I mean? He's not as abrasive and just aggressive in that way. You know what I mean? He's not the same type of Denji that we once knew. So there is some growing up that he's done. Because you gotta remember, he is taking care of Nayuta. You know, he like technically like a parent. He has these dogs. He also takes care of. Like that's why he's trying to get this money. He's trying to make sure that he can actually feed not just himself but everybody else that he's taking care of. He actually has responsibilities here now. So maybe that change of responsibility allowed him to kind of grow up a little bit. Maybe. I'm good. Just dropped off the puppies and waiting for my family to come over. Hey, okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Well, I'm glad to see you here. We just got done reading the chapter. I feel like I missed the whole stream. We're in the discussionary portion of it, so you didn't miss all of it, but we're still here. Because he's been taking care of the child. Yeah, exactly, right? That's what I was saying. Like, he has responsibilities as an adult now to take care of somebody. That he lived a horrible life until today. Yeah, he is wholesome. He learned from all experiences. Yeah, exactly, right? Exactly. It's the only one with Yoshida to keep it sanity. Yeah, I mean, Yoshida, that's another red flag. Yoshida is not even like flipping out like that. Though he said he's okay with death. I don't know about that. But he's one of those guys that's super chill too. Like he ain't really worried about it like that. Maybe he might have a way of getting out. Who knows? Who knows of what's actually going on here? That's the thing. Yeah. But he's seen a lot. He's been through a lot when it comes to Denji. So this is just like it's gonna be a nice little next chapter, anyways, when it comes to what he's gonna actually say to Asa. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm also curious what's gonna happen once we get out of the situation. What is Yoru gonna even talk about? What she's gonna say, given the situation that they got disconnected like this. You know what I mean? So I'm curious what her feelings are gonna be about this. But again, Yoshida is so interesting because, like I said, he knows about this whole Death Devil thing. So I wanted to kind of get into this theory that I did see online. I've been paying attention to this a lot. There's like two theories actually that arise here that I've seen. Obviously, it's about the whole thing with Denji either being the Forgotten Devil or the Death Devil himself. Because again, with Denji's ability, he's able to actually erase anything. Like he's able to erase other devils. Devils typically can't die, so they're not really afraid of death like that. But Denji, if he had that ability to be the Death Devil and to just be able to actually grant other devils death, then they even have a reason to be fearful of Denji. So, with the information that I've learned throughout, like, stuff I've researched, like, obviously Denji was, or not Denji, but the Chainsaw Man Devil was a hero back in hell, basically. And you got to wonder why that's necessarily the case. Because if you go based off the information that Makima was able to tell us back in a couple of chapters ago, right? She was telling us about how when it comes to the Chainsaw Man, a lot of these devils, when they do die, they hear that roaring sound. You know, the chainsaw starting, basically. But Chainsaw Man only attacks those people that seek help. Because like the devils, if they need some help, then he is there, basically. So that's what happens. But then he also kills a person that asks for help too, which is like, god dang. So there's also this other theory too that I ran into when it comes to Kobeni, because there was a chapter within the whole, Dance Dance Revolution stuff. So this, by the way, this is kind of spoiler stuff right here within Chainsaw Man. So I am saying some stuff here that might be a bit much for people that haven't actually read up to the manga, just so you know. But forewarned, because I said quite a bit already, but just want you to know. I want to talk about this a little bit and what you guys think about this as well for those that have caught up with this. So Kobeni can also be technically like a Death Devil thing too, because they were thinking that maybe she can be that case. Because when that situation happened, Denji did hear her call. And that's why that situation happened in the first place with that chapter of the whole Dance Dance Revolution thing. Because like, why did he come to her? We don't know what devil that Kobeni actually contracted with, or if she's a devil herself in a way. You know what I mean? We don't know too much about Kobeni like that. So that's also another interesting theory that I ran into when it comes to this whole situation. muting. Yeah. Understandable, man. Understandable. Like you might, like Yoru might put aside, grudge against Chainsaw Man for now and want to deal with the Horseman. I mean, interesting. I mean, possibly. Again, Denji is interesting. Thing is, who is other Chainsaw Man who appeared 4 chapters ago? Since yes, President isn't the one exactly right. That's also another excellent question that you actually have here. I'm not sure because I was also hearing a bit of a theory that you can actually have like pieces of yourself be like to other like other devils, right? And you can actually grant that ability to them. You know what I mean? We've seen this actually with the Darkness Devil when he got a bit of their blood, and then they're able to actually have that ability of the darkness. You know what I mean? So maybe Denji was able, like Denji maybe got eaten a bit by somebody or someone. I don't know, because this person could have just got some of that and was able to temporarily get that ability. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. there's a lot that's going on here that I'm not certain about, but that is actually very interesting. But that's one potential theory I have. You know what I mean? I don't know who have done that or when that could have happened. I'm not sure. But there is a bit of a time skip that happened here. So maybe there's something that happened here. I don't know. What if it's an artificial devil created by humans? That's also not impossible too. But then I guess that brings the question of who is this like research and development team that's doing stuff like this? Because we haven't heard of people making that kind of experiments to be able to make an artificial devil. You know what I mean? So that'd be a whole different thing that's coming in here. That'll be a whole different thing. That'll be a whole nother like side story that needs to actually be revealed to us then, if that's the case. Which is not impossible though. Again, there's those secret sectors and stuff like that, and these other divisions that's here. Yoshida could be a part of this actually. You know what? The more I think about it, maybe that's why Yoshida knows so much, right? Maybe they're trying to even like recreate the Death Devils and recreate these devils that have these type of abilities. You know what I mean? These ones that can't die. Like the Darkness Devil. The Darkness Devil actually cannot die. Like, even with Denji's ability. Because you can't get rid of the darkness. That's just not a possibility, you know? They're the primal fears. That's what I was looking for. They're the primal fears. Primal fears can't go away. So, that's the thing there. The fun fact, if I recall, starfish are not fish. They are, so yeah, it should be okay to eat. That's true. That's true. And like I said, I believe did already say something like that. So, technically, they're not fish. So, therefore, she can eat that. Bada boom. Bada boom. Did you know that Naruto appeared in one shot of Tatsuki Fujimoto? Wait, what one shot? What one shot? Wait, what one shot are you talking about? I'm in Denji. I'm muted now. Oh, yeah. We got past that little spoiler portion of it, so we're just talking about the chapter now. We're talking about the chapter. Welcome back. I'm in Denji is leaving a lot of body parts around, so maybe cloning. You know what? That's actually funny. You have a point there. You know what? You have a point there. That is possible. Because we just watched like the last episode of Chainsaw Man, right? We just watched the last episode, right? Denji literally left his arms on that train. I don't think he picked them up. So like that's whole DNA right there. Anybody could have done anything with that. Like I said, I don't know how the whole situation works when it comes to transfer abilities or artificial abilities, but it's not impossible for something like that to happen. Interesting. I'm sure it's getting too sci-fi for this series. I don't know. It's possible. I wouldn't put it past it. Fujimoto could do something like that. It was one of his first works. Yeah, it's from the same author. Yeah, I figured as much. He said it's a one shot. So like, what is the one shot called? I'm still trying to get all the information I need to get out of this so I know everything I need to know so I can start theory crafting a bit when it comes to Chainsaw Man. Because again, when it comes to the devil abilities, when it comes to these devils in general, there's a lot of information that is actually there, and that we don't even realize what connects to what. If we actually take a deeper dive to some of this stuff, there's a lot of things that connect to each other and how some of these abilities actually work. Funny enough, I had this hot take I wanted to do where I was going to kind of complain a bit about the power system or the power scaling for Chainsaw Man. Because you got to ask yourself this. We all know the abilities are scaled off, or how strong these abilities are scaled off of how fearful people are of certain things, right? Darkness is everybody's scared of the dark. Again, it's primal fear. Everybody's scared of the dark. So it makes sense why like something like the darkness that will be like very terrifying. Gun devil is guns. Everybody's scared of guns. You know what I mean? So obviously that would be a powerful devil. Who the heck is actually scared of chainsaws though? Who the heck is actually scared of chainsaws? You know what I mean? like what is it that makes Denji so strong in that sense then, right? So, well, he's like He's not that strong. But I mean, again, he just took out the Katana Devil. People will be more afraid of katanas, right? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, like, some of these devils here, or the Ghost Devil, like I was just saying, which, again, you made a good point, though. The Ghost Devil might not be that fearful in this world, given that there's so many other things going on that's actually tangible that can kill you. So, I mean, I guess that makes sense. I didn't realize that. I should have realized that. That's why a snake would be more fearful, you know, to have here. Lumberjacks. It's called Yoken no Nayuta. Check it out. It's a short story, but really good. You know what, Jackal? Thank you for that. I'm gonna copy that. Let me actually copy that. I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna look it up. I might even read this on stream today, then, if that's the case. You said it's short and it's a one shot, so why not? I might read this on stream later. I'll be over on my Twitch channel, and we're probably gonna read some manga today. I think that's what I'm actually gonna do today. I'm gonna read some manga today. I'm probably gonna do I'm probably read that one shot that you just brought up. And also there's this other manga that I believe Tech already read. Can't remember what the name of it is, but I got a link to it. I'll be reading that also on stream. So apparently that other manga that I'm talking about is gonna be like a tearjerker. So I look forward to it. Same author, it's one of his first works. Okay, so this Yoshida is working for Kishibe. Might be a reason he knows so much. Might even be his son, since he knows. True. Interesting. That's an interesting theory. Yeah, he's working for Kishibe because Kishibe is the #1 devil hunter. So yeah, they tend to have more information than most people, and that's why he knew about some stuff. But how much does Kishibe know? That's the thing. I don't know how much they actually know, but the fact that Yoshida knows this, then I guess Kishibe knows about this stuff too. They should know about primal fears and things of that nature anyways too. Like, I'm really curious about some of this. I'm gonna see chapter or news of the prophecy in English. That's the one shot. All right, bet. Thank you, Avatar. Thank you, guys. I'll definitely be reading that later on to the Twitch channel. I'll probably be live over there around like 8-ish or so. Yeah, we got like 3 hours left. Yeah, so I'll probably be over there live around 8 in my time. If it's like Eastern time, you guys are like 2 hours up from me. So then I'll be 10 of your time. But there's only one other thing I do want to actually kind of bring up, which is the timeline. This is something I feel like most people should know about this, even like anime only people, because I was confused about this and I didn't realize that the timeline here, I don't think is within our timeline, like of 2022. You know what I mean? This is within the timeline of maybe sometime in the 2000s, like right now in the current setting that we're in. Because when Chainsaw Man starts, apparently Chainsaw Man starts around 1997 is what it is. That's why, well, I can't bring that up. I won't say too much. But there's reasons for it to have this type of knowledge and thinking that, yeah, it's 1997, yeah. As I say, like, I think I don't know if a couple of years even passed. It might just still be 1997, right? Yeah, but the whole point is we are actually in the past. This is not a current setting. We're not in 2022 right now, going to 2023. This is 1987, 1998 type of stuff. Yeah, or 98, basically. So that's something that we should all know from a standpoint of why that person like said, oh, you have a cellular phone? That's why it's a big deal to have a cellular phone at that time, because cell phones are actually created around that time. So that's why it's such a big deal that Asa even has something like that in the first place, because it's not something that is widely available in the same sense, or it's not as easy to get. Because, you know, they're still new. So that explains the dialogue that's happening here. Because, that's why I was saying I needed to actually get more information, because I didn't realize that. But now you know. And if you don't know, now you know. Well, yeah, I think that's everything I needed to say. Like I said, the chapter for this week, I think I'm going to give this one maybe like an 8 out of 10. Because this one has been on the slower pace. We got a bit of information when it comes to Yoshida, just his knowledge of what he might know. Everybody freaking out in the situation. And then we also got the little wholesome moment that's going to happen when it comes to Asa and Denji here. So this should be just this is pretty much a nice setup chapter for the next chapter. And I look forward to that. And I don't mind setup chapters like this. And it doesn't seem like it's going to be going on break. So we'll be back here next Tuesday for Chainsaw Man Day, and we're just going to be reading the chapter, apparently. That's all we're going to be doing, because there is no more Chainsaw Man Tuesdays with the anime, because it is now done. 8 out of 10 for the manga, and I gave a 9 out of 10. No, I give it 8 out of 10 for the episode, for episode 12, and a 9 out of 10 overall for the series. So that's my rating that I got for everything. What is y'all rating for this week's chapter, episode, and overall of the entire series of Chainsaw Man of season 1? Please, I'd like to know. For those that are actually watching this as like a VOD or a video, I guess the word of the day is gonna be chainsaw. Chainsaw. I'm gonna say chainsaw. So if you've watched all this, same thing with people that are alive right now. Put chainsaw in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for being here. All right. That's what we're gonna be doing. Yeah, it's not like a lot of kids would have had them back then. Yeah, exactly. Probably on both on an episode and a chapter. Okay, so yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like I feel like that's like appropriate rating here, because again, this is a setup chapter, so I don't think we need to say, oh my gosh, 1 out of 10, 10 out of 10, greatest thing of all time. No, we're not doing all that now, right? But I feel like this is an appropriate rating for it. But I'm gonna miss Chainsaw Man Day in a sense of that we have like the episodes and the chapter that we can talk about. You know what I mean? But I think what I'm gonna pivot to, just so you guys know, so you guys are not like thrown off by this. I'm probably gonna do some anime news within Chainsaw Man. So if I find any Chainsaw Man news, I'll talk about it. So if you guys have any like stories that you guys run into that's Chainsaw Man related, please hit me up, DM me, put it in my Discord, whatever the case is, so you keep me up to date on what's going on. Or we can even talk about theories. You know what I'm saying? Since this time will be more nothing but just like up to date Chainsaw Man stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we can talk more about theory crafting and other things of that nature. So please always give me information. I want to know. I want to learn. I want to be better. Fujimoto is cooking though. Oh yeah, he cooking in the kitchen, my boy. He said, "Let's go, baby. We got the walk. I got the walk." Let me stop. All right, let me get the heck out of here. I will catch you guys later in my other stream on Twitch, and then also be prepared. I think I'm gonna do it on Thursday, but we need to do a seasonal talk. I haven't done a seasonal talk from last week, so I'm behind. So we're gonna double up on that. So we're gonna talk about like I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but freaking Bleach had an hour-long episode plus episode I needed to watch before. So that's a lot of information I'm gonna have to try to remember. When I talk about the end of Mob Psycho and other animes and stuff that are ending within the season, so we have some stuff to talk about. So by probably Thursday, we'll be back here on this channel to do seasonal talk. But obviously, we'll be streaming back on Twitch for today and tomorrow. So just be up to date with me. Follow me on social medias and all that good stuff. Thabreakmaster, it's like everywhere. All right, it's everywhere. All right, guys. Drink water, take your vitamins. I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, people. Ooh-wee. Break out though. Yeah, man. See you later. Yeah, we need to talk about my song. We do. There's a lot I want to talk about. We're going to talk about it soon, though.